Hi all, welcome to this ApacheBeam tutorial. This is our first video and we'll be covering about the basics of building an ApacheBeam pipeline. How do we add ApacheBeam dependencies into a Maven project? What are the core steps that are required for building a pipeline? We'll create a sample pipeline which will output a user-defined list of text files. And in the end, we will run this pipeline on direct runner. So let's get started and create a new project. So this is the demo project and we'll create this project. So the first steps, let's add the dependencies. So the first dependency would be the core ApacheBeam SDK. So this is a very critical dependencies which has all the methods that we require in order to build the basic pipeline. So once we will build a pipeline, we would also need to add another dependency that would be the runner where we would run this pipeline. So this is another dependency that we will be adding right now. I've just copied it in my clipboard just to be fast in producing this tutorial. So we have added the core dependencies. You can find more information on any of these dependencies from the ApacheBeam website. So let's get started with building our first example. Let's call our class as example and add a main method to it. So the first thing we will require in order to run a pipeline and build it is pipeline options. So you get pipeline options. Factory. So let's import the pipeline options now. We have already taken the dependency here. So let's import the module. So in these steps, we have created the pipeline options. Why do we need a pipeline option? That's a often asked questions. Use the pipeline options to configure different aspects of your pipeline, such as the pipeline runner that will execute your pipeline and any runner specific configuration required by the chosen runner. Your pipeline options will potentially include information such as your project ID or a location for storing files. So this is usually used to provide configuration for your pipeline. Let's create a pipeline now. And we'll say pipeline create. And we'll pass the pipeline options, which are default as of now. So we would also require to run this pipeline and in the end. So this is the overall life cycle of a pipeline. In this example, we are initializing a pipeline with a set of predefined options. Right now the default, and then we will run this pipeline and wait it to finish. So in the beginning of the tutorial, we said like we will have a list, user defined list, and we would like to output that list to text files. So let's embed that logic inside this pipeline. So we will begin with a final list of strings and input, which is arrays as a list. Let's give some words here. First word, second, third, and last. So this is a normal list. Our goal is to output this list into a text file using ApacheBeam pipeline that we have already created. So now let's try to apply the transform using apply method. So create of, and then we pass the input. So why do we use this create of method is it takes a collection as an input and turns it into a P collection. So we'll talk about P collections in the coming video in details. And we again apply a transform, and this time it's going to be TextIO write to. So let's specify the file where we want to write it, and with suffix. So we want to give a suffix like text file in the end of the file. So let's create an output folder here. So I've created an output folder, and I would like to output the results to this folder. Okay, so now my basic pipeline is ready. Let me try to build the code and see, do I have any compilation issues? Okay, so we didn't have any compile issues. So now we have created a basic pipeline which is going to output this input list into a set of text file which would be located in output folder with the name example and suffix.text. So let's now run this pipeline. In order to run this pipeline, you have to use Maven compile, execute with Java, and then the execute dot main class, and the main class is example. So let's run this thing. You can see from the log that the pipeline has started running, and we'll wait for it to finish. So it has successfully finished, process our list, and let's go now to the output folder. And you can see now I've got like 4 files being created. This is example one, and it would have a set of words from the list. So now let's again go back and try to change these words to something new. New words. New list. Do the same thing again. Build your project. And now the output should have some more files coming up with the new lists and all new words that we have created. So that's the basic pipeline that we have created in today's. We created pipeline options and we kept them as default. They are more specific properties of the pipeline. Then you created a pipeline with the options. You define an input array as a list. It's a list of strings. Then you converted this input array into vTransform using create function. Then you wrote TextIO that writes it to a file, and with suffix.txt you added this in the output folder. So you can see example, the file name, and then text, and then you executed the pipeline and waited it to finish. In order to run it, you need to use this parameter to run it using the direct runner. This is Maven compile execute Java, the execute main class example. Thanks for watching this video. We'll come back with another videos in details of each of the topics that are covered under Apache Beam tutorials. Thank you.